What a lot of Black people aren't understanding is why we have this heat for Target that we don't seem to have for other businesses. What about Amazon? What about Walmart? First of all, we can walk and chew gum at the same time. Target played in our faces. We knew Amazon wasn't shit. We knew Walmart wasn't shit. But Target, we were rooting for you.
Target, sweet, confused child of capitalism. One minute you're waving the DI flag like it's the grand finale at Pride Month. The next you're tripping over your own red shopping carts trying to hide the receipts. You really thought you could be bold and bland at the same time? Let's set the scene. It's 2020. Target, like every major company desperate not to be canceled, rushed to slap diversity, equity, and inclusion on everything: store signs, mission statements, reusable tote bags. You'd think they were about to fix racism with a clearance sale and some mood lighting in aisle 14. Fast forward to 2025, and Target suddenly pulls a reverse Uno card on the entire DEI movement. Quietly, but not quietly enough, they tiptoe away from their big promises, shutter their REACH program, and stop doing those pesky racial equity audits. Why? Because, well, it got awkward. Someone on the board probably said, "What if being inclusive costs us money?" And suddenly the whole thing was scrapped faster than last season's ugly Christmas sweaters. And now, they're trying to apologize, sort of. Not to the people they disappointed. No, silly. They're whisper apologizing to the angry internet mobs who treat diversity like it's a contagious disease. Their message? We're still inclusive, just not, like, out loud or anything. Sure. Bravo, Target. Really. Stunning performance. 10 out of 10 for the emotional backpedal. You see, this is what happens when you try to make everyone happy. You end up standing in the middle of the store, holding a "We support everybody" sign in one hand and a "Please don't boycott us" coupon in the other, while both sides throw expired yogurt at you. You want to please the woke crowd and the anti-woke crowd? That's like putting a pride flag on a camouflage jacket and expecting no one to notice. It's like serving vegan bacon at a Texas barbecue. It's, dare I say, cringe. Meanwhile, the people who actually believed in those DI promises? They're standing at the self-checkout, receipt in hand, saying, "So, that was fake?" And it's not even the dramatic betrayal that stings the most. It's the flimsy, soggy apology. Like, if you're going to bail on your values, at least commit to it. Don't try to do damage control with corporate poetry like, "We're entering a new chapter." What is this, a Nicholas Sparks novel? Here's the cheesy truth. You can't brand yourself as a safe, inclusive space and then run for the hills the moment people get uncomfortable.
So I came in this morning and they put me up in OPUs because they didn't want to schedule any actual fulfillment team members because somehow a multi-billion-dollar company say they ain't got enough payroll for them. But they got enough payroll for 8 brand new RFIDs that's going to cost you a few $1,000s. But it's not like we don't need them because this is what the fitting room is looking like. It is just clothes everywhere. It is carts on carts that are just overflowing with stuff. And not to mention our back room over here is just pallets of repacks that are full from clothes from today to a few weeks ago. I mean, it's hard enough trying to find the stuff with an RFID. Imagine trying to find it without one of them. Now, our store is just a complete disaster. I mean, there is just stuff everywhere. Even with the truck line being full, the floor is full of U-boats and flats and pallets that are just lined up down all of the aisles back here. There's just no room for anything. And oh yeah, I forgot about this one. Let's play a game called Find the Fire Extinguisher. Yeah, no you can't. It's behind all the fucking boxes. Not to mention the powdered cat litter that's about to fall right above it. And then you got the other side of our back room that is just full of U-boats and flats of backstock and poles from I couldn't even tell you how long ago. Not to mention just the random pallets of stuff and even the signing pallets back here because it ain't gonna fit in the fixture room because this is what the fucking fixture room looking like. Someone please send some help over to this store.
After everything, after the flip-flopping, the performative gestures, the sudden retreat from your own values, the people have made up their minds. They're done with you, Target. Not pausing. Not waiting. Not giving it time. Done. You had your moment. Your chance to lead, to stand firm in what you claim to believe. But instead, the second you felt a little pushback, you folded. You didn't just quietly adjust. You gutted your DI programs, abandoned your racial equity goals, and walked away from the very people who stood by you when it mattered. And now, you're panicking, scrambling, begging to have it both ways, releasing vague statements about evolving landscapes, trying to calm the backlash, hoping no one notices what you really did. But people noticed. The communities you courted for PR clout noticed. The customers who trusted your commitments noticed. The workers who believed you were creating a better corporate culture, they all noticed. Now, the same people who once gave you their time, loyalty, and money are saying, "We're not coming back."
What do you mean you're not going to shop at Target any longer? You were still shopping at Target? What tax bracket are you in where you're going to do your convenience store grocery shopping at Target? Like, not only have I have never left a Target and felt like, oh, that's actually a pretty good deal. Oh, I $70 for all that. Whoa. Not one single time, I think, in my life. Not to mention grocery shopping at Target is like going to the airport to get a bottle of water. Everything is more expensive. I don't care what you say. It may look like it's on sale. It's not actually on sale. Check the unit price of things. Like, it is not cheaper to shop at Target. Maybe it's cheaper to shop at Target than it is to go to like Nordstrom if you're buying clothes. Sure, I'll give you that. But their clothes are not even that good. Their clothes are not even that good. And yeah, maybe they've got like the $5 aisle. That's plastic crap. That's literally, it costs like, right, buddy? It literally costs like 20 cents to make those things. Right? The home goods section, outrageously expensive. Outrageous. Just go to a thrift store. Stop having standards. And these boycotts become much, much easier. It's so easy for me to just hack these companies out of my life because they have been bending us over for years now. And everything that they've just done with diversity, equity, inclusion, literally just trying to jump as high as they can so this administration can, I don't know, give them a pat on the back, is already disgusting. So if this is a difficult choice for you to make to cut Target out of your life, you're in a different tax bracket, and most of the things that are happening in this administration clearly don't apply to you.
I think Target was like, bet people are boycotting us, our clothes are gonna be extra cute now. Because why is it that all of my like Facebook ads, my Instagram ads, my TikTok ads, like everyone's like Target trip, and it's like try-ons, and I'm like, look at that cute set that I could be wearing right now, but I'm not, because I'm boycotting you. Because you don't believe in me, and I don't believe in you. And you are doubling down with coming out with extra good fashion right now. I'm so sad. But I'm standing on business.
Target, one of the most popular department stores in America, is suffering financially after a 40-day boycott started due to this DEI pushback. You can see Donald Trump said that businesses no longer had to follow those mandates, and certain companies immediately reduced its impact on their company structure, and Target was one of them. And a lot of African-American people said now they no longer wanted to support Target. And we're seeing an increase right now in Costco's business, because people are saying, don't go to Target, go to Costco. And it's creating this thing now where Target's actually getting less sales. And we're going to see some more stuff happen with Target, because we just seen the CEO say that this tariff business with Mexico, because we depend on produce from Mexico in the winter, we might see the price of produce in Target even go up. So a double impact now. We got 40-day boycott, and we got increase on the items that are already there. We might see a lot of people start switching and going to Costco.
Breaking business news, Target is officially a sinking ship. The boycotts are absolutely working. So this is Brian Cornell, the CEO of Target, and this man is the corporate version of I care about DEI until it gets inconvenient. This man right here had everyone believing that diversity, equity, and inclusion were the center of Target's brand. He gave speeches, rolled out initiatives, put up signs, but then quietly pulled the plug on all of it the second the pressure hit. As the Target boycotts are working and Target is a sinking ship, and Brian Cornell is the ultimate toxic boss. Number one of why he's a toxic boss, he made DEI sound like a core value and then bailed. He pledged $2 million to support Black-owned businesses. They had the REACH program. They promoted supplier diversity. Now all of that's been shut down or rebranded to some weird corporate jargon speak. Essentially, it's gone. And instead of just owning it, he blamed corporate strategy. as if DEI is some seasonal marketing trend. It's classic toxic leadership, overpromise, underdeliver, and pretend it was never part of the plan. He totally abandoned employees and ethical brand partners. There are brands right now that are exclusive to Target that absolutely believe in diversity, equity, and inclusion, but they are locked in. They are stuck in Target. And do you guys remember the backlash about the Pride displays when customers were coming in and being really hostile? The employees were the ones that had to face that backlash, that physical violence, the emotional abuse, all of those things. And upper management just totally folded because DEI was never a value for Target. It was a branding campaign. And now Brian wants to do a little PR cleanup. And he's meeting with civil rights activist Al Sharpton, which I'm sure is just going to be a bunch of corporate speak for sorry. I'm just going to say this, Target heavily underestimated their consumer base. Like real OGs that supported the Pride collections and Black History Month collections and the Black brands when they came in and supported DEI. The kind of people that care about those things, that would want to shop in stores that support those things, very clearly underestimated their own customer base. We absolutely meant it when we said that we stood for DEI. We have to continue to stand behind that no matter whatever pretty words this man comes up with. We are not going back.
So remember back in January when I said that we should boycott Target for 183 days? I referenced the Alabama bus boycott, which was 382 days. And the only reason that the city of Alabama stood down and passed laws that allowed people to sit wherever on the bus was because their pockets got light. They were about to go bankrupt. And now here we are, months later, not 382, 83 days like I proposed, but just probably about, 10 weeks, maybe like less than 90 days. And Target wants to meet with Al Sharpton. Why Al? I don't know. There's a rumor in these TikTok streets is that the CEO asked Chat GPT who he should talk to or who were the Black activists, and Al Sharpton's name came up. So, has Al Sharpton ever been in a Target? All my days in Target, and you guys, I've been honest. Like Target had me in a chokehold. I loved going to Target, roaming the aisles, smelling the candles, doing the things, getting my Starbucks, looking at the tops. I loved Target. And so the fact that I haven't been since January 7th, I'm gone through like my withdrawals. I don't feel a way when I drive by there anymore. I have replaced them in my heart with some other places. And my pockets look better because I don't waste money in Target anymore. But the fact that they are checking with Al Sharpton on how to end this boycott is hilarious to me. It is hilarious. You know who you need to ask? Me. This is who you need to talk to, the Black suburban moms. We're the bitches who were up in Target all the time. Al has never been to a Target. I mean, maybe once or twice, but no. When I was in there roaming the aisle, sniffing the candles, I didn't see a bunch of brothers in there. That was not a pickup spot. So I don't know why you're checking with a Black man on how to get the 92% to do anything. I don't know why. These people keep wanting to sidestep, turn around, step over Black women and our opinions, and for that they shall suffer. They shall continue to suffer until they understand the power of the Black dollar, and the holder of the Black retail dollar in this space was Black women. So Target, nice try, but we ain't coming back. And it doesn't matter if you talk to Al Sharpton or you summon Harriet Tubman from the grave. We have replaced you and we don't know you anymore.
I'm so sorry. I have to laugh. Target thinking that the solution to them rolling back on DEI is scheduling a meeting with their CEO and Al Sharpton because people are boycotting is a little hilarious because respectfully, no shade to Reverend Al Sharpton, power to the people, but Al Sharpton is not the spokesperson for Black America. More importantly, I would argue a huge part of this movement and the mobilization of it happened on social media, and Al Sharpton does not necessarily represent the generation that is pulling back their dollars from Target. I would also like to point out, let's say Target apologizes and acknowledges that this might not have been a smart business move. You offended your base, your consumer base. I would also argue that because they're losing that much dollars, like Black people are not the only people boycotting Target. But that's neither here nor there. Let's say they apologize. Let's say they acknowledge that doing that, especially so publicly, was a mistake. The reality is the apology would only matter if there's action and creating an infrastructure that allows their new brands, whether they're Black owned or not, to actually thrive on their shelves. Because just being a Black owned brand on a Target shelf isn't enough for you to actually do well as a business. And what happens is a lot of these brands get so excited about being at a Target and they have to scale to Target's demand and create an inventory that accommodates Target's consumer numbers. They end up not doing well and actually going under because they cannot afford to accommodate being in Target, but they also aren't necessarily selling at the rate they need to sell in order to just break even. So if Target, the multi-billion-dollar corporation, really wanted to make an apology, they should do a formal apology, but also create an infrastructure for brands entering Target, whether they are Black owned, women owned, or literally owned by anybody, that allows those brands to actually thrive on their shelves rather than just take up space in order to not sell and be removed from the shelves.
So do you want some good news? The Target boycott is definitely still working.
Somebody tell Uncle Al to go sit down. As for me and my house, Target don't exist. That's just bottom line. The reality is money talk. And that's for everybody to say, oh, it doesn't matter. Target isn't going to do anything. No, trust me. We hit their pockets and now they're trying to be nice. I'm sorry, it won't work.
So Jamal Bryant came out and said that he was going to extend the Target boycott for another 40 days and 40 nights. And I'm here to tell you, Jamal, you ain't got to do all that, baby. These folks ain't fooling up with their red and white circle. And they also said Al Sharpton is supposed to be meeting up with the CEO of Target to discuss why he rolled back the DEI efforts. And my question is, Al, why? Why are we wasting our time when this man has quite literally gave us his ass to kiss? This man has shown us over and over again that he is standing on big business because he did not retract what he said after losing billions. Why do you think, Al, after sitting down with you, he's going to have a change of heart? He's not. And Al, you're wasting your time because there's nothing this CEO can do or say that's going to make these people start back shopping at Target. Al, he has burned that bridge and it seems like he's okay with dying on that heat. So Al, what I'm going to need you to do is find the nearest beach and go relax like that perm on your head.
This is to the CEO of Target who called upon Reverend Al Sharpton to sit down at the table to discuss the DEI rollbacks. You could call upon Jesus Christ himself to sit down with you. I'm still not coming into Target. You lost me as
Target's decision to roll back its diversity, equity, and inclusion initiatives marks a clear departure from the commitments it once proudly made. For many, this was more than a policy change. It was a betrayal of trust. Communities that supported the company, defended it during controversy, and believed in its promises now see those promises as empty. The ongoing boycott is not simply about one decision. It is about the broader message it sends that corporate values are negotiable, depending on public pressure and profit margins. For those who have chosen to stop shopping at Target, the message is clear. Support must be earned and upheld, not marketed and then discarded. At this point, apologies and backtracking fall flat. The damage is done, and for many consumers, the decision is final. Trust lost in moments like these is rarely regained. If you found this breakdown informative, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to Orbit Point for more honest coverage and sharp commentary on stories that matter. We don't just report, we keep receipts. Stay informed, stay sharp.